Hi everyone. In the last lecture, we started a novel. The title is To Sir with Love. It is written by E.R. Braithwaite, Eustace Edward Ricardo Braithwaite. It is long form of E.R. Braithwaite, the novelist or narrator. It is an autobiographical novel. And what is autobiographical novel? We have learned in types of novel. You have to learn it. E.R. Braithwaite is a main character in this novel, and the whole story revolves around him. The whole story revolves around the main character, means E.R. Braithwaite. Today, we are going to learn about summary of the novel. The novelist was an engineer in oil refinery. Then, in the Second World War, he fought for British. He joined Royal British Air Force. Then, after Second World War, he could not get a job. When he searched everywhere, he could not get. He left the job of British Air Force. When the Second World War ended or finished, he left the job. He left the Air Force. But here, when he came from there, he could not get a job because he was black man or a black person. So he searched everywhere but unable to find job. No one was ready to give him job. He decided to take a help of the last chance, last attempt, and narrator applied in a school to become a teacher. Fortunately or unexpectedly, he was accepted by a school, and the school's name was Greenslade School in London's East End. Yes, Greenslade School accepted Mr. Braithwaite, or novelist. Braithwaite considered himself as British, but the English people did not consider him British because he was black person. When he joined Air Force, that time they gave respect to narrator. But after that, he did not receive respect from the people. Then the narrator feels bitter about white people and white students. The Greenslade School accepted Mr. Braithwaite, and Braithwaite started to teach the students, teach the senior students, senior class in the Greenslade School. But when he started to teach the students, the obstacles started to run towards the narrator. His students considered the narrator as an outsider because the students were from different social condition, different social background, and the narrator was from different social condition or different social background. The students started to harass from the first day. The students used to slam their desks during his lecture. Yes. Then next, Mr. Braithwaite or a narrator or the teacher. Why I am using here the teacher? Because first novelist Mr. Braithwaite or a narrator, now he became a teacher in his life. So I have used here the teacher. Mr. Braithwaite or a narrator or the teacher used to scold them. Here he used tit for tat. The teacher used to scold them. They means the students because they started to slam their desks during his lecture. He used to give them only verbal reaction against the girl students also. Both were boys and girls. The girls were mannerless, lacking good manner, and impolite. The students' behavior was wrong and it was problematic to the novelist. It was problematic to the students. It was problematic to the Braithwaite. Here the novelist used the phrase, as I told you, tit for tat. But it does not work. So he has to change different. He thought about that. It is not useful. Here we can say, if a way is closed for us, we have to find out different way, different road. Here, tit for tat, this weapon is useless here. Then the second weapon he started to use here, and it is, which is that? Give respect and take respect. This is very useful in our life also. He changed his teaching and handling tactics and decided to interact with them, interact with the students. There is no need to scold them. Here, he decided to interact with them, to speak with them as if they are the students, means the students are adults and respectable persons. When he used to call the girls, he started to use Miss before the name. Yes, Miss he used here. When he started to give respect to the students, that time the students also started to give respect to the sir, and they said that sir. So we have to learn here a moral is there in our life. It is useful, give respect, and then we have to receive or take respect. But here it was not the mistake of the teacher. Yes, exactly. Here the mistake was not of the teacher or the novelist or the narrator. It was the matter of black color of skin. Here the novelist had multi abilities. First we learn he was an engineer in a oil refinery. Then he served for Royal British Air Force, and now he became a teacher. It shows the novelist was so clever. After he was unable to get a job and no one was ready to give him job because of his black color. As I told you, here the students started to harass the teacher. It was not matter of the teaching, it was the matter of color, because they were from different social condition and the narrator was from different social condition. Here the students also consider the novelist as an outsider. As I told you, a few weeks later he found the change among the students. They changed their attitude. Yes, after some days, after a few weeks, they changed their attitude, means the students. But here we can say it was the success of the teacher or a narrator or Braithwaite or a novelist. He used to take them on the field trip and excursion to museums and theaters. It was the surprise to the students because the students never experienced this in their life, and this step was very useful to the narrator. Whenever the narrator used to go outside with the students, a white female teacher, Gillian Blanchard, with them. And here another episode entered in the life of Braithwaite. Which episode entered here? The friendship between Gillian Blanchard and a teacher. Similarly, the students also became friends of the novelist. We can say here the friendship between Blanchard and Braithwaite, it is first friendship between black and white. Although the students hurted him, but he learned to forgive them. Yes, exactly. And the students also show knowledge to the teacher or the novelist or the narrator. And this is the fact we learn here. Then we have to learn second fact. First fact, student teacher relationship. It was the fact written by the novelist in his novel. And second fact we are going to learn here. Braithwaite feels bitter about the concept, and it is colonialism. What is colonialism? We have learned in history subject. It means the policy of acquiring full political control over another country, occupying it with settlers and exploiting it economically. Yes, exactly. This is the definition of colonialism. And the dark consequences of colonialism, a mental and physical trauma that increase Braithwaite's hatred for British. Especially suffered a lot after Second World War. When he left when he left Air Force, after that he could not get job anywhere. As we know, we have suffered here colonialism. We have suffered here. We means Indians also. We are victim of colonialism. Effects of colonialism are very dark. As we know about Britishers, we have experience about their colonialism. They ruled over us. It was the bad effect of colonialism. When we imagine that time, we can guess bad effects of colonialism. They exploited us. Here it happened to the narrator. In the narrator's mind, hatred and wrath peeped against British people and colonialism. They used to give different treatment to different people. In India also, they did not give equal treatment to all people for the same crime. Punishments were different for the same crime. For Indians it was different, and for the white people it was different. Yes, it was the bad effect of colonialism we have suffered, as like in the novel also. The novelist, black person, a narrator or Braithwaite, he suffered here in the novel. And with his experience, he has written here. Here, when Britishers exploited us again and again, we rebelled against British because we were not happy with British because they exploited us. Yes. In the novel also, hatred and wrath arouse in the mind of the novelist because their racism system. Yes, exactly. This is colonialism. Then we have to see theme of the novel. First one, students teacher relationship. We have to learn, and we have learned before. First, when he got job, that time student started to harass the teacher. After that, teacher used different techniques. We learn. Then second, prejudice and racism. These are the two major themes. Racism, black and white, when he was in Royal British Air Force, but after the Second World War, she got different treatment from the white people, from the British people. No one was ready to accept him as a British. Then we have to see synopsis of the extract. Synopsis, it is outline or a brief summary of or a general survey of something. Here we have to see synopsis of the extract. Here we can say, in the extract, the novelist or Mr. Braithwaite recounts the half-yearly report of the students in academic year. Here the students are going to speak about what they are learning in and how. Here the novelist noticed the change in the students' behavior. All were present on that occasion. Headmaster and others, other teachers also, all the students also. Class representative also were there, and a panel of teachers was there to answer any question regarding the report submitted by the class. And the lowest class began first, would begin first. Braithwaite's class was oldest or senior. From the Braithwaite's class, Miss Joseph spoke about domestic science. Then Potter spoke about maths. Peg and Jackson presented geography. Miss Day and Furman spoke about physiology. Between them, Furman showing that all the people are the same. Here it is very important sentence said by Furman. He showed here that yes, exactly, all the people are the same. Blood is red in color as like. Miss Dodd spoke about history. Then Denham spoke about PT and games. All the students from Braithwaite's class, all the students from novelist's class or a teacher's class spoke very well, and Mr. Braithwaite became satisfied with the students because their behavior totally changed. But who was responsible for that? Who changed them? Mr. Braithwaite or the novelist changed the students. Okay, today we have learned here theme of the novel, then synopsis of the extract, which we are going to learn in the next lecture, and summary of the novel. In the next lecture we will start our novel. Okay, today we are going to stop here. Learn it, very important topic for your exam. Thank you. Have a nice day to you.